Ah, Super Mario. I'm sure many of us have wonderful memories over the past few decades about this series, whether it's the platformers, Mario Kart, or the sports games. I'm sure we all have very deep memories. And now, after all this time, Mario finally comes to the big screen. But how does it fare? Does it suffer from the same curse that plagues a number of video game movies adapted into the big screen, where it just tends to be a relatively poor product? Or is it actually a pretty decent movie? Honestly, while there are a few pacing issues, the Super Mario movie is a wonderful movie for all to see. Most of the Mario platformers involve Bowser kidnapping Peach in some capacity, and Mario, and sometimes Luigi, has to go save her. In this case, though, the movie tends to do away with that tired plotline and tends to focus on an origin story for Mario and Luigi, and I happen to like it quite a bit. Mario and Luigi start up as two regular guys, starting up a brand new plumbing business, and in an attempt to boost business and save Brooklyn, they end up getting sucked into a new world, and eventually get separated along the way. I do like the fact that Mario had to save Luigi as opposed to Peach this time, but I don't like the fact that it cost Luigi's expensive screen time. The movie's called the Super Mario Bros. Movie, but we barely got any action with the actual bros itself. Most of the movie had them being separated. That isn't the only problem when it comes to story. The pacing is way too fast at times. We speed this movie faster than Mario hopped up on a superstar, and not in a good way. There were too many scenes in this movie that just didn't get room to breathe, and honestly it feels like there's some missing parts at point because of how crazy the pacing is.
Here we are, Palace Doors, big bang boom.
Now, while the pacing in the movie may not be the best, the Super Mario characters used to make up the story have never been better. Since the Super Mario video games, or for the most part, most of the video games aside from the RPGs, aren't really known for their characterization, we never really see how these characters tend to act in more formal settings. Watching the Mario cast come alive like this was one of the highlights of the film. Mario and Luigi just acting like brothers in Brooklyn, Peach being a ruler, Bowser being the evil king of the Koopas. It was also great. I have to say though, the standout characters in this film had to have been Peach and Donkey Kong. For Peach, I'm glad she was out of the damsel distress role and actually took charge as the ruler of the Mushroom Kingdom. Her protecting her toads, going toe-to-toe with Bowser, and even her mysterious origin story of how she came to the Mushroom Kingdom and how she became the ruler. I can say with confidence that movie Peach really set the standard of how Peach should act in the video games. Regarding Donkey Kong, he doesn't really talk in the video games, like, at all, so actually hearing him have a voice and interacting with everyone else was actually pretty exciting. Of course, Seth Rogen's little laugh managed to get into the movie, but aside from that, I really liked how Donkey Kong was portrayed. He was like a macho man, but had a soft side to him too. On the topic of voice actors, I do have to give a large bit of praise to the voice cast for the Super Mario movie. Personally, I'm not really a fan of celebrity voice casts in animated adaptations like this, because they usually have actual voice actors who don't get work, but in this case, I think it worked out well. Chris Pratt was surprisingly good as Mario, which really helped alleviate my concerns I had the first trailer going around, as did a lot of people. But I have to say the standout had to have been Jack Black. He was born to play Bowser, and his performance in Peaches was guaranteed brilliant.
I do not.
The animation itself is top-notch, pretty standard when it comes to Illumination films, but the OST was something spectacular. Hearing all these classic Mario tunes across the movie was just so heartwarming. I have to say though, they really pulled from Mario's history. I expected a few common things like the overworld theme and the Mushroom Kingdom theme, but I think there was a part from Mario Party in there as well? I was not expecting that. Something else I found surprising was the sheer number of references to Mario scattered throughout this movie. A few notable ones were the appearances of Pauline and Diddy Kong, not to mention I think you could see Daisy's flag somewhere if you pay attention. It was just really mind-blowing. You could speedrun this whole movie just looking for references, and I don't think it'd even be enough. Has to do like maybe 2 or 3 viewings just to see them all. Overall, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is a wonderful transition from video games to the big screen. While the story is not something you should really praise, everything else about it is just wonderful. The animation, the OST, the wonderful cast of characters. If you're a Mario fan, do yourself a favor and watch this movie not once, but at least twice.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, try to give a like or leave a comment. If you didn't like what you saw, try to leave me some feedback to see in ways I can improve. Thank you. Have a nice day.